Hey everyone, this video is part 5 of my Daredevil by Ed Brubaker coverage. Only one more volume left after this one. In this volume, we are going to be introduced to a character named Lady Bullseye, who is inspired by the original Bullseye, and I must say she is a pretty intriguing villain. Also in this volume, the group known as the Hand, the evil ninja cult, who was originally led by Elektra. Well, through a series of events, Elektra is no longer the leader of the Hand, and the Hand are looking for a new leader to head their group, and they potentially want Daredevil to be that person. So it sets up some pretty interesting storylines in this one to see play out. So let's dive into it now. Daredevil by Ed Brubaker, Part 5, Lady Bullseye. Daredevil by Ed Brubaker, Part 5, Lady Bullseye, written by Ed Brubaker and art by Michael Lark. In this video, I will be breaking down the Lady Bullseye story arc, which covers issues 111 to 115. Before I begin this story arc, I need to tell you about something else that is going on in the Marvel Universe during this time. There was a big event comic called Secret Invasion. It was written by Brian Michael Bendis. In this story arc, alien shapeshifters known as the Skrulls have secretly replaced many superheroes in the Marvel Universe with imposters over a period of years. In New Avengers issue 31, which led into Secret Invasion, Elektra was seemingly killed. Only when she got killed, it was revealed that she had been replaced by one of these alien Skrulls. Elektra at that point in time was still the leader of the ninja group known as the Hand. But in the wake of the death of this Skrull Elektra, the Hand now is in need of a new leader. And it is in the search for this new leader of the Hand that we begin this story arc of Daredevil. Daredevil issue 111, Lady Bullseye, part 1 of 5. Dakota North is no longer in the hospital, but she is still recovering from being shot. Matt Murdock brings her to meet his friend Danny Rand, aka Iron Fist. Iron Fist uses some of his mystical ninja Kunlun stuff to focus Dakota's chi a bit and speed up her natural healing process. As Iron Fist lays his hand on where Dakota got shot, the area starts glowing and emanating a great light. When Iron Fist is done, Dakota starts feeling a little bit better. When Matt and Dakota leave Danny Rand's offices, they are being watched by a woman high up on the rooftops. This woman is the villain known as Lady Bullseye, and this is her first in-comic appearance. We now get a flashback to her origin story. Maki Matsumoto, who later on would become Lady Bullseye, many years ago as a young girl was imprisoned by the Yakuza, who planned to sell her and many others into sexual slavery. However, the villain Bullseye, on an unrelated errand, happened to come by, and he killed all of these Yakuza members brutally. Lady Bullseye, as a little girl trapped in a cage, watched Bullseye work. She felt like he moved like a monsoon through the Yakuza warehouse, cutting down their soldiers as if they were an afterthought. She remembered him so vividly, remembers the joy that she beheld that day from her cage. She had never seen anything so beautiful, she thought. Of course, Lady Bullseye was nearly insane already by then, lost inside herself like many of the other girls, resigned to a fate that she had never imagined, tortured, used, broken, but then, like a miracle, she had freedom. In the aftermath of Bullseye's rampage, Lady Bullseye got free from the cage she was in. When one of the Yakuza soldiers who was left alive ran over to Lady Bullseye, she slit his throat. This was her first kill, and from that day on, no man would touch her without permission. Inspired by Bullseye, she named herself after him, becoming Lady Bullseye. We step away from this origin story for now, and we jump back to Matt and Dakota North. They are walking through Central Park. Matt finds himself amazed by Dakota, the way she took getting shot in stride. In this crazy world they live in with costumes and kung fu magic and government assassins, it's just like anything else to Dakota. Matt, he feels guilty about her getting shot, but Dakota, she just shrugs it off, and she lets Matt off the hook. Matt offers to teach Dakota some techniques, some stretches that will help her heal faster. As they are walking though, Matt all of a sudden overhears some muggers near a bridge. He has to go deal with them. Matt excuses himself for a moment and gives Dakota his coat as he leaps into action. Later on, after Matt has dealt with these muggers, him and Dakota go back to Matt's apartment, to Matt's private gym. Matt teaches her some techniques, some stretches, some poses, some things to correct her posture, things that will help her heal. They are talking, they begin to start flirting. Matt teaches her some breathing techniques. Eventually, neither of them can deny the sexual chemistry between the two of them. Dakota asks Matt, "What are we doing?" And Matt answered, I don't know. And Matt and Dakota, they kissed and made out in the floor of his gym. Elsewhere, we see Lady Bullseye on the streets. She is fighting through some thugs that are shooting at her. She makes quick work of them, killing many of them. There is one last survivor. Lady Bullseye picks the man up by his collar and tells him, "Stop the begging, you'll live through this. I need you." The man asks her, scared, What do you want? I'll do whatever you say." Lady Bullseye tells the scared man, "I want you to tell me who it was that just killed your friends." The man replies, Whoever you say it is." Lady Bullseye tells the man to tell the police that it was Daredevil who killed his friends. After this, Lady Bullseye returns to her master, a man named Lord Hirochi. Lord Hirochi is the leader of one faction of the Hand, after it splintered in the wake of the death of the Skrull posing as Elektra. He plans to reunite the Hand by having Lady Bullseye kill White Tiger, Black Tarantula, and Iron Fist, all friends of Daredevil. And then he will reincarnate them as members of the Hand in order to lure Murdock into joining them and leading and reuniting the Hand, with Matt Murdock, Daredevil as their new leader. Lady Bullseye tells Lord Hirochi, "I have done what you asked, though you ask too little and require so much caution that you risk losing your honor, Lord Hirochi." Lord Hirochi responds, "Let me worry about my honor. The Hand can afford no more mistakes. We have lost too many battles of late." Lady Bullseye tells Lord Hirochi, "Two of those on your first list should be easy enough to target. Daniel Rand, the Iron Fist, lives in a building with his name on it. He spends many evenings on the street, engaged in charity for reasons unknown. Carlos Lemuerto, the Black Tarantula, lives in a small apartment and works manual labor in his secret life." Lord Hirochi asks, "What of the others? Logan or the Old Man?" Lady Bullseye answers, "Neither has been seen, although the same cannot be said of Murdock, my lord." Lord Hirochi tells Lady Bullseye, "No, Murdock must be kept away from our business. We have much to do before we can risk exposure." Lady Bullseye tells Hirochi, "I know, but don't worry about Matt Murdock. I assure you, he'll be occupied for a few days at least." We jump over to Matt Murdock's apartment. Him and Dakota North have spent the night together. When Matt wakes up in the morning, he feels incredibly guilty. He thinks, "You just cheated on your wife who's in a mental institution because of you. How could you do this?" And the worst part is, why doesn't it feel more wrong? As Matt leaves to go and grab the paper outside, the headline on the paper reads, "Daredevil a Killer Claims Witness." Daredevil issue 112, Lady Bullseye Part 2 of 5. When Dakota wakes up in the morning and she realizes that she just spent the night with Matt, she thinks to herself, "Oh God, you don't make a lot of mistakes, Dakota, but when you do, you make them big, don't you?" Dakota searches the home for Matt, and she eventually finds him outside, being arrested by the police. Dakota then sees a copy of today's newspaper and she sees the headline, "Daredevil a killer, claims witness." Dakota knows there is no way that Matt did this, as her and Matt spent the whole night together. He was never out of her sight. Before I continue on with the story, I need to give you a little update on the character Black Tarantula, also known as Carlos Lamorto. So the last time we saw Carlos was in Rikers prison with Matt Murdock, and Carlos was kind of a villain character. However, since we've last seen him in various other books, he has since been released from prison due to good behavior and a prison overpopulation problem, and Carlos sought a fresh start. He approached Matt Murdock for a job, and he worked with Dakota North, helping her with her investigative work. He eventually became dissatisfied with that, though, and wanted a more hands-on approach to stopping crime. So he shifted to being an active crime fighter himself, and he is now an ally of Daredevil, which is why the Hand and Lord Hirochi and Lady Bullseye want to go after him. So with all this new information in mind, Lady Bullseye and Lord Hirochi's sect of the Hand attack the Black Tarantula. They ambush him in his apartment, breaking in through the window and causing a mess everywhere. The Black Tarantula, seeing many Hand Ninja in his apartment, tells them, "You fools just cost me a cover ID and a security deposit, so let's do this." The Black Tarantula fights through some of these Hand Ninjas in his apartment. Eventually, the Black Tarantula jumps through a window and lands on a roof. The fighting continues. The Hand Ninjas throw ninja stars at Black Tarantula. They cut into him. He takes them out of his body and throws them back. The Black Tarantula manages to kill these Hand Ninjas that attacked him. These Hand Ninjas are imbued with dark magic, and one of these spells causes a lifeless ninja's body to return to dust when they are killed. So when Black Tarantula finishes these ninjas off, they just evaporate into dust. Black Tarantula then escapes into the streets. Lady Bullseye, who is watching from a distance, is impressed. Elsewhere in New York, Matt Murdock is in an interrogation room, awaiting questioning for the murder that the papers accused him of. One of the detectives that is going to question Murdock is Detective Alex Kurtz, whom we've met in the past, whom is friends with Dakota North. Dakota North arrives and asks if she can speak to Detective Kurtz. She then tells him that her and Murdock spent the night together. Murdock has a rock-solid alibi. Eventually, Murdock is told he is free to go, and when he leaves the police station, Dakota North is there to greet him. Dakota North is happy to see Matt, and she tells him there's no need to thank me. Matt does not thank her, though. In fact, he is a little angry with her. He tells Dakota, "You told them you were with me all night. You told them." Dakota replies, "Yeah, I gave you an alibi for homicide. Guess I'm funny like that, not wanting my friends in jail." Dakota asks, "Can we talk about this somewhere else?" While the two of them go to walk and talk, we jump over to Danny Rand, Iron Fist. He was one of the others that Lady Bullseye was going to attack with the Hand. A whole bunch of Hand Ninjas attack him on the streets, but Danny Rand quickly takes care of them and kills them, and they evaporate into dust. Lady Bullseye, who was watching from a distance, then leaves. We then jump back over to Matt and Dakota North. They continue their conversation from earlier. Matt is upset that Dakota North told the police that she was with Matt all night. He is worried that that story might get leaked from the cops to the press. And then all of a sudden, he is going to be in the tabloids again, and this time for cheating on his wife. Dakota can't believe it. First of all, she thinks that the police won't leak it, and she says, "That's what you're worried about now? Getting in the tabloids again?" Look, sometimes stuff just happens. It doesn't have to be so doom and gloom. It doesn't have to mean anything. It was just circumstances, you know? All the mystic mojo in the air yesterday, I would have thrown myself at anyone. Matt tells her, "It's not so simple, Dakota. I wanted you. That's why I'm so angry at myself, don't you see? It wasn't just some drunken night, and that's why it's such a betrayal." As they continue walking, they eventually arrive back to Matt Murdock's home. Dakota notices that the front door is broken in. Matt senses that there are two people in the house. He tells Dakota to follow his lead. When they enter the home, they find Carlos Lamuerto, the black tarantula, tied up and lying on the floor. Also in Matt's home is a man named Master Izo. Master Izo is several hundred years old. He is one of the founding members of the Hand. He is also a blind martial artist. He eventually left the Hand because he felt it was growing darker and more dangerous. In order to counter the evils of the Hand, he founded a group of rival martial artists called the Chaste. However, 50-plus years ago, Master Izo was thrown out of this new group, the Chaste, for his excessive drinking and gambling, which they found disgusting and disgraceful. Leadership of the Chaste was then given to Stick, who was the man that initially trained Daredevil. Master Izo was disgusted that he was kicked out of the Chaste, and he felt their strict and prudish rules would eventually make them no different from the Hand. Master Izo, this old martial artist, is rummaging through Matt Murdock's fridge. Izo tells Murdock, "Sorry about your friend. He was in quite a mood, but not one for listening. So, who does your shopping, Murdock? Because there was a severe lack of alcohol here." Matt asks this old blind martial artist, "Who the hell are you, and what are you doing in my house?" Izo responds, "Me? I'm Master Izo, and you, Matt Murdock, are going to help me destroy the Hand. At least after you find me a beer." Daredevil issue 113, Lady Bullseye, part 3 of 5. Lord Hirochi is talking to Lady Bullseye. He tells her, "You've taken too much of your own initiative, Lady Bullseye. You were ordered to leave Matt Murdock alone, and you frame him for murder?" Lady Bullseye explains, "He was too close to those you wanted tested. He needed to be distracted." Lord Hirochi responds, "Now he will be seeking us sooner than intended. You do not know this man as we do." Lady Bullseye responds, "No, he would have anyway, my lord. They'll go to him, his friends, but I promise you on my life, I will make certain that Murdock is prepared for the gift you bring him." Back at Matt Murdock's home, Master Izo, the Black Tarantula, Matt, and Dakota North are all talking. Black Tarantula explains, "The Hand attacked him earlier this morning at his place. They came at him strong." Matt wonders, "Damn it, why would they come back now?" Master Izo answers, "You know why, thickhead. Elektra, their leader. She was one of those creatures, a Skrull. Everything changes for the Hand now. Think before you speak." And then Master Izo whacks Murdock in the back of his head. Master Izo continues rummaging through Matt Murdock's kitchen, looking for any kind of alcohol. He asks Matt, "What about sake? Do you got some sake?" Matt tells him enough, and stop that, and explain who the hell you are, Izo. "Why do you know who I am, and what's your connection to the Hand?" Master Izo answers, "My connection to the Hand goes back far before your time, Murdock. As for why I know about you, well, are you really that thick-headed? I'm Master Izo." Matt asks, "You act like that should mean something to me." Master Izo responds, "What are you saying? Oh, I get it, okay. That son of a goat." Before Izo can continue, Danny Rand arrives. He asks, "Sorry to just walk in, the door was open."
So, not to make it a big thing of it or anything, but, did anyone else get attacked by the Hand tonight? Master Izo, he then says, "See, Murdock? You spend too much time asking questions, not enough listening. New York is about to become Hand Central Station. You see what I did there?" Master Izo is now happy as he managed to find some hard alcohol. Danny Rand apparently has heard of Master Izo before. He tells Matt, yeah, he was mentioned in the Book of Iron Fist a few 100 years ago. Eventually, Dakota North tells Matt, "You know, I should probably go. We can talk later. You've got your whole kung fu superhero thing here. Although, is Black Tarantula a hero now? That's probably stretching it." Later that day, Dakota gets a call from Detective Kurtz. She goes to talk with him. Apparently, the mugger that said Daredevil killed two of his friends, well, he was found dead, too. Detective Kurtz asks Dakota, "At least tell me this time Matt Murdock's only alibi isn't just you this time? Tell me he was at the law office or having dinner somewhere where people know him?" Dakota, thinking of an answer, thinks to herself, "No, it's not just me. He was also with the next supervillain, a parole violator, and a possibly 100-year-old blind alcoholic." Dakota does not say this. Instead, she just responds, "I really wish I could." Matt Murdock, as Daredevil, is witnessing these events from a rooftop. As he is watching this scene, he starts hearing some laughter aimed at him. Daredevil follows the sound of that laughter over some rooftops in the rain, and eventually he finds its source. It is Lady Bullseye. Lady Bullseye says, "You know, it's good that some things are just as you expect them to be. This country was becoming so disappointing in that regard." Daredevil asks, "Who are you?" Lady Bullseye responds, "What? Does my disguise not give you a clue? Oh, but then it wouldn't to a blind man, would it?" The two of them then square off. They are preparing to fight. Daredevil tells her, "Enough games." Lady Bullseye responds, "Don't be absurd, Daredevil. These games have just begun. But I'll give you one card for free. They call me Lady Bullseye." Daredevil wonders, does Bullseye have a protege now? But he does not smell Bullseye's scent anywhere on Lady Bullseye. In fact, she barely has a scent at all. Daredevil asks her, "Is that name a tribute, or are you some kind of fan?" Lady Bullseye responds, "You know nothing of me." The two of them then start fighting. Lady Bullseye throws some ninja stars. Daredevil deflects them with his billy club. As they are going back and forth, Daredevil is analyzing her fighting style. When he hits her, her pulse barely moves. No adrenaline rush. It's like this is yoga for her or something. She is hard to anticipate. Her speed is hard to gauge. She doesn't hit as hard as the real Bullseye, which is lucky because she hits very often. As they continue fighting, eventually Lady Bullseye is joined by 5 hand ninjas. She warns Daredevil, "You don't even understand, do you, Daredevil? This is just the kiss hello. By the time we're done, by the time you understand, no part of your life will be free from us. No one you care about will be untouched." Lady Bullseye then retreats as the hand ninjas continue fighting Daredevil. Daredevil continues sparring with these ninjas, but then he is joined by Master Izo, and Master Izo makes quick work of them. With 2 swords in his hands, he cuts all of these hand ninjas down, and then they evaporate into dust thanks to their dark magics. Master Izo tells Daredevil, "Come on, Murdock. You gotta be at least a little bit impressed by that." Daredevil responds, "Shut up, where is she? I can't hear her, I can't track her scent. What little of it there is, not in this rain." Master Izo tells Daredevil, "Let her run. They have seen Master Izo now. They will seek me out." Daredevil responds, "God, would you shut up? You weren't even supposed to be here. You're supposed to be helping Danny and Carlos. Did you hear what that crazy woman said? They're targeting the people in my life, my family." Later that night, Matt asks Dakota North if she can drive him up to see his wife, Mila. He is worried that the Hand may strike at her. Even though it's a little awkward, the situation, Dakota is totally cool about it. She tells Matt, "Don't worry, it's a death threat. What were you gonna do? Take a cab? Of course I'm going to drive you." Matt and Dakota eventually arrive at the institution where Mila Donovan is being kept. Matt goes and talks to the receptionist. He demands to be taken to see his wife. The receptionist tells him, "Miss Donovan's not here, sir. They came and got her yesterday, according to the records." Matt asks, "What? Who came and got her?" The receptionist answers, "It says here, her parents." Elsewhere, Black Tarantula is with Master Izo. They are walking the streets, following some sort of trail. They get attacked by some hand ninjas, which Master Izo quickly takes down. Master Izo tells Black Tarantula, "This was too easy. That fool led us here. What do you see?" Black Tarantula looks around. He sees some pictures tacked up back here against a wall. One of the pictures is of him. Another one is of Iron Fist. He also sees one of Wolverine, but there is an X through it. Another one of them is Angela Del Toro, the White Tiger. Elsewhere, we see Angela Del Toro, the White Tiger, return to her apartment. Angela Del Toro now has a full-on White Tiger costume, something she did not have in the past issues we saw her in. As White Tiger turns in for the night, Lady Bullseye is there in her apartment, waiting for her with some hand ninjas. Lady Bullseye attacks White Tiger and stabs her with her sword right through her body, killing her. Lady Bullseye tells White Tiger, "I had planned to take more time with you, but plans change. You should understand that. You worked in law enforcement after all. Anyway, you'll like your new life better. I promise." Daredevil issue 114. Lady Bullseye Part 4 of 5. Matt Murdock is in his law office talking with Foggy Nelson. Matt is angry that his wife was taken. Where is she? Was it even her parents that actually took her? Or was it one of his enemies like the Hand setting some sort of trap? Foggy tells Matt that he spoke to Mila's parents' lawyers and it seems legit. They found a sympathetic judge and got that judge to grant them temporary custody over Mila. Matt, irate, insists that he speaks with Mila's parents. Foggy's trying to calm Matt down. He tells him that he will handle it. Luckily though, Dakota North comes in and tells them that the Donovans are on their way up with their lawyers. So Matt is going to get to speak to them very soon. Elsewhere, with White Tiger now seen as a target of the Hand, Black Tarantula is out on the streets trying to find her. Meanwhile, Danny Rand and Master Izo are at an underground gambling den, following their own leads. Back over to the law offices of Matt Murdock. Mila's parents, Mrs. and Mr. Donovan, enter the room with their lawyer. Their lawyer is named Maki Matsumoto, and it turns out that Maki Matsumoto is actually Lady Bullseye. This is her civilian guise. Immediately when Mila's parents enter the room, things get contentious. Matt questions, "You didn't have the decency to contact me?" Mila's mom replies, "Don't take that tone with me, Matt Murdock. I lost my daughter because of you." Maki Matsumoto steps in and says, "Listen, we all want what's best for Mila Donovan, don't we?" Matt, angry, replies, "What's best? You people went behind my back and told the judge I'm a danger to her." Mr. Donovan tells Matt, "Aren't you? We get the news back home too, Murdock. We heard all about you." As they all talk some more, Matt Murdock is assessing this Maki Matsumoto. She's about the same size of Lady Bullseye. Her voice is weaker. Her scent is strong of jasmine and her pulse is anything but steady. Still though, could this be her? Walking right into his offices like this? As they are all talking, eventually Mila's mom pulls out some divorce papers, the ones that Matt signed although they were never filed. Mila's mom tells Matt, "You didn't even want her," and she slams down the papers. Matt argues, no, Mila sent those to me, but she never filed them. I didn't want to sign them, I was just trying to make her happy. Mila's dad jumps in, well, mission accomplished, right? She's in a padded room, and you're getting plastered all over the tabloids. Maki Matsumoto tells them all, regardless, our client wants to take full custody of their daughter, and these documents aren't the only things we'll be showing the judge if you fight us. Mila's mom says, just let us have our girl back, Matt. You've done enough damage. Dakota North walks into the room with a tray of coffee for everyone. And as soon as Mila's mom sees Dakota, it really sets her off. She points at Dakota saying, her! What kind of man are you, Matt? You actually have the gall to... Foggy Nelson tries to calm Mila's mom down, saying, I think you got the wrong idea. This is Dakota North. She's just a private investigator with us. Maki Matsumoto presents some photos of Matt and Dakota's recent romantic night together. Dakota can't believe they have photos of them. Mila's dad chimes in, that's right, you arrogant son of a bitch. We know exactly how much you care about our daughter. How the hell did Mila's parents get these photos? Well, they do have a point, though. Matt is cheating on Mila. It does not look good. Elsewhere, Black Tarantula is on the rooftops of New York. He sees the White Tiger fighting some hand ninjas. This is interesting because we saw the White Tiger seemingly get killed last issue. How is she here still alive? Well, White Tiger is fighting off the hand, and Black Tarantula jumps in to help her. They continue both fighting off these hand ninjas. Black Tarantula tells White Tiger, these son of a bitches have been going after any friends of Daredevil's they can find. White Tiger responds, oh, I know, Tarantula. I know all about it. We see that White Tiger's eyes are red. She was not actually fighting these hand ninjas. She was merely pretending to, laying a trap. White Tiger was killed last issue and then brought back to life by the hand, and she is now under their control thanks to their dark magics, and she intends to do the same thing to Black Tarantula. She, with her sword, stabs him and kills him, too. Back over to the law offices of Matt Murdock's. The meeting has now ended and Matt and Foggy are discussing. They go over the offer that was presented to them. Mila's parents' private investigator will confirm Dakota's alibi for Matt, so he will no longer be wanted for the murder of some individuals on the street as Daredevil, and they will burn the pictures and the negatives. But in exchange, Matt has to let them file those divorce papers and let them take custody of Mila. Matt says this is unacceptable, but Foggy argues, do you want this story getting out? Do you want to lose in court? And get Dakota splashed all over the tabloids too? They argue some more, but eventually Foggy tells Matt, look, she's their daughter, and you've already let her go. Why are you still hanging on so tight? We jump over to Maki Matsumoto's apartment, aka Lady Bullseye. She returns home after this day of messing with Murdock. And in her apartment, she gets attacked by one of the hand ninjas that seemingly was on her side. This ninja accuses Lady Bullseye, saying, you think you're still in a position to judge, Lady Bullseye, after all your lies and deceptions? When Lord Hirochi hears of the game you've been playing with us, he will have your head on his dinner plate. Lady Bullseye responds, I'm sure he would like that. She elbows him in the face, and then she steals his sword and cuts his throat with it, killing him. Lady Bullseye is working for this Lord Hirochi and assisting him on his plans to potentially pursue Matt Murdock as the new leader of the Hand. But Lady Bullseye has her own idea of who should be the leader of the Hand, and she is secretly working against some of Lord Hirochi's interests. Elsewhere, back over to Iron Fist and Master Izo. They leave the underground gambling den. Iron Fist says, well, that was a waste of time and money. Master Izo responds, speak for yourself, Iron Fist. I came out $300 ahead. Iron Fist responds, yeah, but I fronted you $500, so technically you're down. Master Izo says, I started the night broke, and now I have $300. Don't rain on my good times, kid. As they are walking, Master Izo notices something that disturbs him. There were 5 hand ninjas watching them before, and now he senses none of them here. Some things must have changed. Master Izo feels that they should contact Murdock as soon as they can. Back over to Matt Murdock. He is returning home later that night, and as he approaches his house, a high-pitched audio wave hits him. It is coming from his kitchen. Matt moves fast. He finds the source of the device making the noise, and he smashes it. Matt questions what the hell was that? All of a sudden, there's a smell in the air. Matt can sense the shapes of robes on his dining room floor. 4 ninjas died here recently. All of a sudden, some more hand ninjas are in the room, as well as Black Tarantula and White Tiger. They have been returned from the dead, and they are now under the Hand's control. Black Tarantula says to Murdock, "We were beginning to think you'd never come home." White Tiger adds, "Yes, and then what would we do?" Daredevil issue 115, Lady Bullseye Part 5 of 5. Master Izo and Iron Fist are trying to get to Matt Murdock's home as quick as they can. Meanwhile, in Matt's home, he is fighting Black Tarantula and White Tiger and many hand ninjas. Matt is a very good fighter, but he was so outnumbered there was no way he could have won this. Luckily, Iron Fist and Master Izo arrive. They come crashing in through Matt's windows. Iron Fist apologizes, saying, "Hey Matt, sorry about the windows. We thought you might be in trouble." Matt responds, "Not a problem." So the epic showdown continues. Daredevil, Iron Fist, Master Izo versus White Tiger, Black Tarantula, and the Hand. The fighting spills through all of Matt Murdock's home. They're fighting up the stairs. They're fighting through the bedrooms. Master Izo, like Yoda, is just jumping all over the place. Lady Bullseye enters the battle once they head upstairs. Master Izo squares off with Lady Bullseye a bit, and then he tells her that she is a fool. He can count. He knows with all of the ninja here, her master, Lord Hirochi, must be nearly unguarded tonight. Master Izo, he immediately jumps out the window and begins heading for Hirochi. Matt then tackles Lady Bullseye out the window, and they land on a roof down below. The fighting continues. As they all continue battling on the roof there, Master Izo has made his way over to Lord Hirochi. Master Izo slays some more ninjas along the way, and then he can sense Hirochi is near. He says aloud, "Hirochi, you old fool! I can smell your fear from here! Stop hiding from me!" Lord Hirochi, thinking he can surprise Master Izo, jumps from up high, trying to swing down on him, but Master Izo quickly evades it. Izo taunts Hirochi, saying, "You've already lost control of your mission, Hirochi. Do you want me to have to kill you, too?" Lady Bullseye's not following orders, is she? Almost like she's got her own agenda. Hirochi responds, "Lady Bullseye does more than expected, Izo, and I've had to adjust plans because of it. But believe me, what she does now, she does at my command." The two of them engage in an epic samurai sword battle. Master Izo is taunting the entire time, saying, "I'm going to enjoy this, watching you destroy yourselves. You're wrong about Murdock too. But then you are wrong about so many things." Master Izo with his sword slices off Hirochi's hand. Hirochi screams in pain. Back over to the others, Black Tarantula and White Tiger are both battling Iron Fist. They manage to get the jump on him and knock him nearly unconscious. White Tiger suggests that they should kill Iron Fist while they have the chance. Black Tarantula responds, "No, his kind doesn't die easily, and Lord Hirochi is our priority. Besides, I don't know about you, but I'm not looking for the kind of competition an Iron Fist would bring." White Tiger and Black Tarantula leave to go and try and catch up with their master, Lord Hirochi. Meanwhile, Daredevil and Lady Bullseye continue battling. Lady Bullseye is trying to slice at a Daredevil with her sword. Meanwhile, Daredevil is trying to knock her down with his fists. Eventually, Lady Bullseye tells Daredevil, "I told you last time you do not understand, Daredevil. What a pathetic view of the hand you must have. But they were truly fearsome once. You will be that new focal point, Daredevil, when you lead the hand." Daredevil is all of a sudden shocked and surprised. They want him to lead the hand? He says, What? What the hell are you saying? The two of them stop fighting for a bit, and Lady Bullseye explains further. She says, "We have not been attacking you and yours. We have been preparing you to accept this gift, clearing away your problems, not targeting them. Your friends will be your lieutenants, and you will know a power you can only dream of, free of the tragedies of this life you've led, Matt Murdock, free of your ties and bonds. Mila, the hand has no designs on your bride, and her parents' pain is not my doing, it's yours. Can you not admit you're relieved? She's better off with them. Admit it. All I've done is try to make you see what your life has become. And now, I offer you a way out, a way to power. Can you not admit it's appealing? Be honest with yourself at least." Daredevil, he begins attacking Lady Bullseye some more. She kicks and knocks him down, and she tells him, "Keep living a lie then, Murdock. I was hoping you would refuse, honestly, because the hand doesn't take no for an answer." Lady Bullseye then leaves Matt after he rejected her offer of leading the hand. White Tiger and Black Tarantula eventually arrive to Lord Hirochi. Master Izo had left Hirochi alive, but he did cut off his hand. Lord Hirochi, with his hand missing, sticks his nub of a hand into the fire to cauterize the wounds on him and stop the bleeding. White Tiger asks him, "My lord, your hand?" Hirochi responds, "Yes, Master Izo's idea of a joke, it seems. Unfortunately, I don't have a sense of humor, as he and his new student will soon find out." Master Izo returns to Daredevil to help him up. Izo asks Daredevil, "So, you turned her down, I guess?" Daredevil, being helped up, asks, You knew what they wanted?" Master Izo responds, "Always. Be honest with you, kid. Only thing I ever was in doubt about, it was what you wanted." 2 days later, Matt and Foggy are talking. Mila's parents now have a new lawyer, no longer Lady Bullseye. Matt is still unsure what he wants to do. He doesn't want to just let Mila go. He asks Foggy to arrange a meeting. He needs to talk with her parents again. Foggy asks, "What about the ninjas? Are they going to get involved again?" Matt answers, "Master Izo says they're gone for now, but he says he's got an inside source with them. Although I'm not so sure what he means. He says this source doesn't even know yet that it's working for us." So apparently someone in Lord Hirochi's camp is actually secretly working for Master Izo. Who could it be, though? We jump over to a private plane where Lord Hirochi is flying with Lady Bullseye, White Tiger, and Black Tarantula. Lady Bullseye tells Master Hirochi, "I beg your forgiveness, my lord, I was only following orders." Hirochi tells Lady Bullseye, "So you say, but I will be the judge of that when we arrive in Spain." Black Tarantula asks, "Spain? What's in Spain?" Lady Bullseye responds, "Plan B." So this sect of the Hand is no longer trying to recruit Daredevil as their new leader. Instead, they will be going with Plan B. But who is Plan B? Well, the name of the next story arc is Return of the King, and Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, is on the cover. He is their Plan B. Will Wilson Fisk become the new leader of the Hand? We will have to find out in the next volume with the conclusion of Ed Brubaker's Daredevil run. But for now, we end the Lady Bullseye story arc.
Alright, so that was the Lady Bullseye story arc, and I thought this one was really fun. I think Lady Bullseye is a pretty compelling villain, and I like how she's just kind of inspired by Bullseye, but it's not like she was trained by him or really tied into him that heavily. And I like how she is tied in with the Hand, and we are really exploring some of the politics of the Hand and how they're all set up. And it is kind of intriguing that they want Daredevil to potentially lead their group. Some of the storyline was a little bit convoluted of what the Hand's plan was and what Lord Hirochi and Lady Bullseye's motivations were, but still some pretty exciting stuff there. Black Tarantula and White Tiger being killed, and then coming back to life as now the slaves of the Hand is also kind of intriguing too. So some pretty cool stuff in here. I like to see Matt Murdock and Dakota North kind of hooking up and some romantic relationship explored there. Because I gotta be honest, I kind of was over Mila Donovan. You know, she was getting kind of annoying. And I think I am most intrigued by Mila Donovan being driven insane and the repercussions of that, rather than seeing, you know, Matt and Mila be happy together. So yeah, I'm liking Matt and Dakota together, and I want to see that explored. Master Izo is another character where we were introduced to in this volume, and he is also really fun. The old, blind, drunk Ninja Master is a very amusing character. So yeah, I really liked this volume. I thought it set up some interesting stuff to be followed up in the next story arc. So yeah, I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you all for watching, and I will be back next week with the conclusion, the final volume in Ed Brubaker's run.